Are you looking for a faster video? Well, today it's a live stream, and I know you're probably looking for a really nice and tidy, edited down video, but I have ways for you to make it faster. You can click that little gear on the YouTube settings right there on the video and adjust the playback speed, make me sound like a chipmunk, and it'll go a lot faster. You can also look and see if there's timestamps for this project in the description, and if you're on a desktop, you can hover over the time bar at the bottom of the screen and see if it's chunked up into chapters, and then that way you can go directly to the step you're looking for. And lastly, you can also tap on the screen on the right hand side of the video picture or on the left hand side to make the video jump ahead, forward or backward if you're on a mobile device. And you can adjust that amount in your settings so you can have complete control over how much it jumps. So if you are on a desktop, you can use the fast forward or the rewind, and that will make it go faster as well. You can also enable subtitles, and the little CC on the screen will enable closed captioning. That way, if I am a little bit harder to understand with that double playback speed, the subtitles might help you out. All right, well, I know that it's not a nice little edited video, but if you sew with me, we'll get there together and it'll be lots of fun. And now for the live stream. Happy sewing! Hello, how are you all? All right, it's taking me like 20 minutes to get to work now, and I keep forgetting they're closing the road up here, and so I'm a little behind right now. So anyway, so I'm gonna get a few more things ready while we chat a little bit. But today I'm taking the Helen's Closet Cameron button-up that I made, which is, and I promise it won't be this dark when we sew. I don't have much to cut out, and then we're gonna go to the sewing machine and I'll brighten it up. But my Cameron button-up, it turned out amazing. It was actually like, I loved the way it turned out, but it didn't fit me. It was just too big because I just used the pattern that I was sent to sew up. And this isn't it actually, it looks like it. I just kept like noodling on it, and I didn't finish the buttons and buttonholes because I was just like, do I want to fix it? What do I want to do with it? And then it popped into my head one day that I wanted to replace the overshirt I wear all the time at home, or shacket as people call them now, with one that I made. And that's what I'm doing finally, because it's getting into the cooler weather. So that's what we're doing today. And I brought the one that I wear all the time, which is pretty, yeah, you'll see why I want to replace it. So anyway, how are you all? Let me cut out a few things here. I'm going to cut out some pockets. These are some flaps I'm about to cut out. Because I've decided I'm going to put flaps over my pocket, because Helen's Closet actually posted that she made this in a shacket as well, and she posted it today, and it's like in a wool coating. It looks amazing, and she has flaps over the chest pockets. I want to do that too. Do I only have one? I think I only have one chest pocket. Yeah. So we're also going to be using a banned substance in my my sewing room today, and that is this darn shearling stuff. So expect some cussing. No, I'm just teasing. I won't cuss. I'll cuss inside. I just don't like this stuff. All right, that's probably not a good idea, flipping it up like this. So this flannel, you can't tell, but it's like a purple. It's like got two strands. Like it has the warp and the weft are two different colors. One is navy blue and one is this like wine color, and it's amazing. So let me show you. It has kind of a like iridescent, not iridescent, but it has definitely some like tonal colors that kind of change. So I should say hi to everybody. Noemi, are you here? Thanks for becoming a member. Hey, Kara. Kira. Yeah, that's it. Kira, right? Hi, Delwyn. Hi, Hannah. How are you all? I added 3 new emotes yesterday. Let me show you. Anytime you want to type your emotes in the chat, you just have to hit that little smiley face, and then you'll see the emotes you have unlocked as part of being a member. And so if you put, you can hover over it with a mouse and you'll see the name of it. And then that way, if you don't want to like go to the emoji tab, you can type colon and then the name of the emote. So like this one right here is colon, oh, it's so rip it. I guess you have to write so in front of it because that's my family name. And then the pug is tangent, anytime I get off on a tangent. The watermelon just means love. And then I added this one, it's a little like beaker with for like anytime I do a sewing experiment. And of course I've got the all right for an all. And then I have a lurk emote for those of you who just have me on in the background. It's like a cat hiding behind a bunch of bolts of fabric. And then I have a guild one. So here, let me, oh, how do I post this? Here we go, here you go. Hey Anna, hey Patrick, hey Heidi, welcome, welcome. Yeah, this might be a longish stream today. It'll be a good background one. Yeah, Elon. Yeah, that's what I remembered. I remembered you writing the word key. And that's what reminded me. I was like, wait, she gave me a visual. All right. Oh, and let me show you. This is the, this is what I'm replacing. I barely set up my cameras today, so just forgive me. This is my overshirt I'm replacing. It's not really me, is it? But yeah, and it has this like shearling inside, and it has this little chest pocket, and it's got snaps, and it's really big on me, but I actually really love how big it is. I don't like the sleeves length because I wash dishes a lot, you know? So, you know, thanks, Hannah. You lurking, Hannah? Nice. All right, I gotta clean my glasses too. They're really bad. Yeah, so I took apart my Cameron yesterday, which, you know, it's never like a fun times when you have to take apart something. It wasn't hard or anything, and all I did was I took off, so here's my Cameron. It has a really cute yoke that we're never gonna see. Look at my, oh here, let me put it back on the pattern table. It has a really cute yoke. My all-time favorite fabric is this catnap fabric. But I took off the collar. Look at that, it's all like, sorry, it's really dark right now. I'll brighten it up. I took off my cuffs. I unstitched one placket. So all I'm gonna do right now is cut out the pockets I wanna add. I already cut out the lining, and I'm gonna use a shearling right here, this stuff. Fake shearling. Not real shearling. And then I have a remnants of a quilted lining from something I sewed for a wardrobe by me, a vest. And I'm piecing them together, which you'll see. I've already cut them out. Hey Lily, how's it going? Good morning. All right. You're working and watching, Heidi? We won't tell. All right, so I'm gonna cut out some pocket flaps. What I like about the idea of a pocket flap on the chest is I will bend over a lot, and I put my phone in that pocket or something, you know, in there, and I bend over and then just flips right out. The flap will help. Even if I don't put snaps on it, which I probably will, it'll be tricky, but I can probably get them on there. Just because we don't have to sew a buttonhole or anything, we can just hammer them. I actually want to do the smaller one. So I'm going to save these are the pattern pieces from my pocket thing, and she uses very standard measurements in her stuff, so I can just use my pocket pattern to do that. But we can double check it. Maybe I should double check it. Let's see. Here's my pocket. And I need seam allowance. Yeah, that'll be fine. Okay. Hey Nancy, how's it going? Let me cut these out. So I'm gonna add a flap to the chest pocket on the outer. The chest pocket's already sewn. And then I'm going to add an internal pocket. I really like those for like my glasses or my phone, you know. Let's get rid of this here. I had to shake off my pieces in the garbage. I don't like these fuzzy fabrics. Okay, I need some interfacing for this. And we'll use this stuff. I'll use black. Ooh, it's like the perfect height. Nice. I love this stuff. Okay. We'll iron that. There's a trick for working with minky to keep it from shedding everywhere. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, you know, Kira, I've also seen like people cut from the back, but I don't have a razor blade to do that, especially with like fake furs and things. So if you just cut on the back here, basically all you do is razor blade this backing here. Don't cut the fur itself, cut the fur, the part that the fur is attached to. And then once you've cut just that layer of fabric, you just need to pull it apart, and then you haven't cut all the fur. It's really when you're like cutting things, all the little extra fur pieces get cut off with it because you're like giving them a little haircut as you do it, you know what I mean? You're working on your upcycle 22. What's your... Oh, nice. Oh, for the hashtag? That's cool. You're a good sewist. Tiny stitches and perfectly matched threads are a pain in the bedroom. Yeah, I know what you mean. I was removing all this last night, and I was really glad that the purple thread was just like a shade lighter, because I was sitting there like under the light, like trying to grab it. I was like, why did I use such perfect little tiny stitches? Usually my stitch count's kind of long, but this one, it turned out really nice. But you know, it's not working for me, right? Okay, so as far as the hand pocket goes, just checking like the width. I think that'll be fine. I'm gonna cut 3 of these. I call these fake welt pockets. They're the easiest to sew. You see them a lot in home sewing, so they're a lot easier to sew. They're not like fake as in bad. They're just the easiest way to sew a welt, you know, in my opinion. I really should be ironing this. Yeah, I haven't gotten to try it, Nancy, because like I said, it's a banned substance in my office. I'll probably wipe it down with a wet towel after I'm done today, the table and stuff, just because, yeah, I don't want, it's like the gift that keeps on giving. And on this dark purple, we're gonna see it today. I'm just gonna have to like suck it up, buttercup. All right, so as far as my hand pockets go, I can use this one as the chest, and it doesn't need to be fuzzy, but I was thinking for my hand pockets of making them kind of fuzzy. Not kind of fuzzy, but fuzzy. You know, that way when I put my hand in there, it'll be nice and cozy. And my tip when you're doing pockets like that, and you want to add something to make them cozy. I learned this from a pattern drafter I worked with who had worked in outerwear for a while, and I was newer to outerwear at the time and still learning a lot of little like tricks like that. I mean, there's always stuff to learn, right? And her tip for the pockets, because it was oh, it's this jacket. Oh, where is it? Here, it's right here. I'll show you. So this is one of the jackets that I designed when I was there. It's very old. It's delaminating. See, all the seam tape is delaminating. It's just here as like, because I'm not very sentimental and I don't save things. And then this is a jacket that actually meant something to me because they gave it to me as a going away gift when I left. But it has chest pockets right here, and they actually drain. There's a drain right here. See, there's self-draining pocket. This is for kayakers. Kayakers didn't have it zip all the way through, so they modified this jacket for me since I wasn't a kayaker and I never had a raincoat. living there, and it rained like 300 inches a year, so it was always kind of a joke. So they gave me a raincoat as a parting gift, and they modified my own design for me. But here's my point. You see in here, This right here, this pocket right here is only designed to be a hand warmer pocket. It's not meant to hold things because it wouldn't be secure if you're out kayaking. Here's the pockets right here behind it. So here, see, I can put my hands in both of these at the same time. This would be secure, because you could zip it up. And as you're wearing it, it's really easy to access this, especially like say you have a life jacket on, you could just open your PFD and then slip your hand in there and get the contents out really easily, like lip stuff or like a waterproof map or a compass or something like that. And but occasionally your hands just get kind of cold. And so we have these hand warmer pockets, and there's only fuzzy stuff on the back of the hand. This is the point of my whole long spiel. I'm not on a tangent. But when you put the fuzzy stuff so that the back of the hand hits it, it's far more effective than if it's the palm of the hands. And this jacket did great. So she gave me that tip when I was designing this. She goes, you know, why don't you put a hit of fleece in there? And because the fleece isn't sewn to the seams, see how it's like top stitched in there? Then it won't fail the waterproofing test because it's not in the seam and it won't wick into the jacket. So it's like a whole thing when you have to deal with waterproof breathables. Anyway, that's my spiel about that. So if you're ever doing any hand warmer stuff, and you can, if you only put it on the back, like you can only put it in one place, put it on the back of the hand. So, hey Alex, how's it going? Welcome, welcome. I wanted to say happy Monday, but it's not really Monday. Okay, so we have, is this my welt? Oh, this is the drop pocket. Well, shoot, that's just not long enough. What is this pocket? This is not my welt pocket. This is something else. But I'm gonna cut one longer. I want it to fit my glasses and my phone, you know. Let's see what we think. See, that would be a more like acceptable length. I don't like them so deep that I can't reach in really easily, right? I mean, I guess it's not that shallow. Maybe it's just an optical illusion because it's wide. But I think I will add to the length. I can always make it shorter, you know? You can always make it shorter. But as Lindsay, like someone in the guild, this gal Lindsay, she said she and her husband have been buying the same pants for him for years. And they just got a couple new pairs for him. And the pockets, all of the pockets are now like inches too shallow, even though they've been buying the exact same pair of pants for a decade. So that's how they short you. So I think I'm gonna add 2.25, 2.5 inches total to the pattern piece. Like this, 1.25 inches in length. All right, let's get rid of that. All right, now I have my chest pocket. Okay, so I just need my 2 hand pockets. And I'm trying to decide how I'm gonna want them. For drop-in knowledge, no. I mean, I feel like it's forced, Kira. You're gonna get, you only have to listen to me, so I don't know how welcome it is sometimes, you know? So I want these right here. I'll just put some tape. Oh, jeez. This tape doesn't stick though, so that's why I didn't want to use it. I'm going to do a little lower. I like being able to walk with my hands hanging down into the pocket. Exactly, Nancy. Where's my phone? Isn't it over here somewhere? Let's see. Okay, so maybe right here. That's so high up though. I think I'll stick with that right there. Let's pin that. What I was hoping for is that it could be kind of straight down. That way I don't have to redraft the pocket bag. All right. So here's my pocket. And let's see here. There's my well pocket. That works. Okay. And then that's how it's going to be, just like that. This works. This works. Okay. I'm going to go get my chalk. And I'm just going to draw it on there right now, because we're going to sew these first. It's always nice when you can get the things that are trickier out of the way, right? This probably seems like this is going to take a lot of sewing today, but I actually think it's going to be pretty straightforward. Okay, there's one. Once I cut this out, we'll go to the better lighting. If I turn up the brightness right now, it'll kind of blast your eyeballs. So I just didn't want to do that to you. I can see the chalk through the... Ooh, that worked really good. I can actually see it right there. All right. And so let's just cut out the pocket bag. Keep track of all my pieces here. Where's that? Here it is. I don't want to lose any of my pocket. I have this like pocket file, you know? All right, so this is how this goes on the shirt. So it's this side right here that goes against the back of my hand. Hey Aisha, how's it going? I'm just cutting out some pockets for this shirt that I'm doing, and then we're gonna go over and sew it. I did most of the prep so you guys wouldn't have to suffer through a lot of it. I'm gonna lengthen this one too. For these pattern pieces, as long as I lengthen top and bottom the same amount, that's all I need to do. Like this. I really am super excited about replacing this shirt. This box only needs to be drawn on the pocket, not even on the shirt. I just needed to know the placement. Oh, and then let's notch the top so I know that this is the top pocket. Oh, you know, I'm pretty sure I had to get it from fabric.com because it was actually pretty hard to find. Like certain times of the year, it's hard to find. And that's why I had to put off sewing this in the spring when I finished it, when I thought of the idea, because I couldn't find it. I can put a link in the chat too, if you're interested. because it is kind of, so there's like, oh, I don't have my my keyboard over here. I'll show you when I'm at the sewing machine, because that's where my keyboard is. But there are lots of variations on it, and they have this actually in colors, but they tend to be like very pastel, juvenile, infant sort of genre, you know, like old-fashioned pastel colors. This is the natural color. I think that Cloud 9 has an organic cotton version, and I've bought it before, and it's not, it's fine. It's nice. It's nowhere near like this. Like, this is true, like, soft, fuzzy, synthetic feeling, you know, stuff. I like the organic cotton stuff, and I lined my daughter's Archer button up in it, kind of like in this kind of same idea, this shacket idea. And it's nice. It's just not this like soft, fuzzy gushiness. So, you know what I mean? All right, so let me just cut a couple of pieces of this for the pocket. I'm just gonna cut the bottom part here. I was gonna keep it in that little spot, but I think I'll move it over here. Oh yeah, and I made it longer. I don't really like putting it in that seam there, you know? Oh, okay. We really can't cut straight sometimes, can we? So I usually pick these up. There's so many great tips for people who use this stuff all the time. They have really excellent tips on dealing with it. I pick it up really gently and I shake it off in the garbage can. If it's natural fiber, I shake it off outside. And then let me just shake off this little cut edge here. And then we're done. All right. This is the one that didn't work, right? This is the one that does. We're ready to go, except I want to iron on some more interfacing here. Hey, Shasha, how's it going? Or other Aisha. Yes, Alex. I cut out for the arms a quilted lining. Yeah. I mean, it definitely cuts down on the cozy factor, but it ups the non-frustration thing. You know, so if you get really frustrated trying to get in and out of a garment easily, because I do, I feel like that helps a lot when it's really slippery. So it's a really good question. I agree. I'm going to interface my welts. That's what these are right here. Libby told me that there's a Way Wax sale today, so I finally got that invisible zipper foot for my industrial machine. It's like $4. So that's exciting. Okay. I may have to true that up a little bit. All right, and then we're also going to get 2 pieces for the pocket opening. And I actually think that I only need a piece that's half this width, like that. All right, now we're ready. This is my deeper one, right? And then this and this. Oh my gosh, look at how grungy this looks. Man. All right, we may need to do a little sorting of the pieces right now. Yeah, I know, Alex. But you know, hey Terry, how's it going? I think though that I know exactly what you mean. You could also line your viscose with something, like just even a layer of flannel or something behind it and treat it as one. You know, make your sleeves 3 layers. But personally, I feel like my core stays a lot warmer, and I I don't like slipping my cold arms into cold sleeves, but they warm up really quick, right? And it is kind of nice because if I get hot, I don't get as hot because the sleeves kind of help vent, you know? But yeah. Let's see. Do I want this? I don't think I need this. We'll bring it. Or we're going to bring this. I feel like I'm forgetting something. We're going to go over to the machine. Or actually, we're going to go to the serger, but I didn't set this camera up. So let's set it up really quick. Take off the... I love that I figured out that I can use this pan and tilt feature. It's really made a difference. All right. Okay, I'm gonna move, well, no, we're gonna put this on here. I'm just gonna carry all this over there while that warms up really quick. And I think I might need some pins because I'm about to lose my chalk markings on this shirt here. We're just ignoring all the fluff right now. Otherwise I might have, I might faint. Yeah, so we're gonna put this right here. I'm gonna get some pins. Let me see if that's bright enough for you guys too. Not really, eh? You always have cold hands, always said. Oh. I think the fuzzy pockets would help that, you know? I've never adjusted the camera from this distance. All right. You have hands, arms, I may have to figure something out with quilting viscose lining paper. Well, yeah. Well, you know, do you really think that this would bug you, having this in the sleeves? Because why don't you just do that? You know? Hi, Sue. How's it going? You can do whatever you want, you know? All right, I'm going to center this right over those pins. Why isn't this on? Oh. Wow. Okay, gotta wait for that. Yeah, I know what you mean, Alex. The cotton stuff, like, I love that it's cotton, you know, because my daughter is one of those rare people who has a lot of electricity in her. I don't know how else to put it. Everything shocks that kid, like physically shocks her, you know. She won't even walk into certain stores when she sees what kind of welcome mat they have at the front. It's so bad. Like yeah, it just got really bad. Like she won't sit in a couple of, like, on our couch. I hate ironing the interfacing like this. I like doing it from the fabric side. But that's why I picked that cotton lining. Oh, the Ash Jeans video suit. Nice. That was a fun stream. I really love sewing jeans. They're just super satisfying. And I'm still like getting better and better at some of my techniques for sewing, you know. I thought I could see it, but let's not trust what I can see through the flannel, right? I kind of don't want to do the whole that's good enough thing on this because I live in this jacket when it's cooler. I love it. It's like the thing I love putting on at the end of the day. I walk the dogs in it, but I feel like I look a little ridiculous in it. So I'm really excited that this one just looks like a regular shirt, you know. And the funny thing is my daughter and I, we each have matching ones of that, that red plaid one, because they were at PacSun on the half price rack. And I was like, ooh, this thing looks so cozy. It's ugly, but it looks cozy. It's not that ugly. I don't mind it. Like, it's just, I feel like it's a hunter, you know, and I'm not a hunter, so. Cold hands, warm heart. Aww. I love that, Nancy. You hear that, Alex? All right. I'm just making sure. Got my interfacing on both these spots here. I'm really not looking forward to putting in a welt pocket on that fuzzy stuff, but hey, you know, we're always down for an adventure, right? Just ironing all these little flaps. There's so many. There's so many. 3 welt pockets, 1 chest pocket. Yeah, Terry, exactly. Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. And it's so funny because it's something that you always know where it's at. And so when it's missing, you're kind of like, how? How could it be missing? All right. This is, if you guys want to take, I don't know if this stuff's on sale on Waywack, but shoot. If it is, stock up. Love this roll of interfacing. Yeah, I mean, I have a lot of hand knits too. It's not like I'm cold during the day. It's so melodramatic that I'm getting home and I'm like, where's my cozy jacket? You know? I hate when I have to go in the laundry. I'm like, what am I going to wear all day? It's so ridiculous. All right, this is that chest pocket, right? So many pockets, so little time. All right. Chest pocket. Yeah, we're ready. Let's do this. Okay. There are 2 cushions on my chair. I'm back. How are you? I get the widest one, Terry, because I feel like then I can cut it down to whatever I want. I think it comes in 1, 2, and 3 inch. I wish it came wider. I get the 3 inch. Yeah, I try to use the black whenever I can so that it conserves my white. Because, oh, sorry. I'm sorry. Because the white's so great on the lighter fabrics that are, you know, like you can see through and stuff. And then the black is so good when like say it's like a placket, maybe someone will see like the edge and you're doing a really dark fabric. Yeah, it's nice. And jeans. There go your eyeballs. Okay. All right. Let me get rid of this. Okay, just so anyone new here today, or new like in since I started, I have 3 new emotes for all of you channel members. So this one is for the guild. The first one's the guild. Here, I'll just send them individually. This one's for the people lurking. So it's a kitty cat hiding behind a bunch of bolts of fabric, rainbow bolts. And then of course we have the all. And then I have a sewing experiment right here. And it's like a spool of thread and some pins and some water with bubbles. They're really tiny. So one of these days I'm gonna have to show you the big, I can show you the big ones if you want. Show you them larger. I have it in the community tab too. But so anytime if you're a member that's in that little emoji thing, you can use them. I don't care if you use them for the proper thing either. I really don't. You can do whatever you want with them. They're just fun. I've always wanted to have them. Oh shoot, I don't have the right color thread. Lurking first timer. Nice. Welcome, Sarah. Thanks for saying hi. All right. I need thread, which I feel like I put in my pocket. Oh no, I put it in my bin. But where is it? This bin is, it's overflowing. What does the all mean? What do you mean? The all is life. When I mark the box and the Welt pocket bags, I think they're marked differently. Oh, what do you mean? You think I didn't flip it or something? I'll double check. I mean, that's what you guys said, that we needed an all one. My machine's not even on. I'm telling you, this whole delay driving up to my office right now it's a real drag. Oh, this is the same thread. Oh, I'm so happy. And it says, all right, because I'm really corny. If you didn't know that already. Okay. Let me get rid of some stuff here. We're also going to be using the serger today. Getting everything set up here. I still need to carry up my water bottle today. I forgot about that. Extended the length, but lined up the bottom of the original pattern piece differently. I did. I added to the top and bottom, which and it folds and meets, right? I thought I got it. I totally trust you. Oh, I don't have like a piece of fabric right now. I need a new one. Okay, here we go. I got into this like weird argument today with someone on Instagram. It was so weird. I have a friend, I won't mention who it is because I don't really want anyone going over there, but and he said, he posted a poll in his stories about, hey, how often do you do maintenance on your machine? And he was kind of like, I think shocked, maybe a little dismayed by how infrequent people do the machine maintenance, right? Machine maintenance on their sewing machine. And I said, well, you know, I think that it's because A, there's a severe shortage of machine mechanics right now, right? B, you may not live near one. C, if you find a mechanic and you bring your machine there, they might have it up to 4 weeks and nobody wants to do that, right? and I said something about like, and he said, oh yeah, I didn't consider that. And then I said, you know, he was talking about his bobbin area. That's what made me think of it right now. And I said, you know, my mechanic, I've had the same mechanic for my industrial machines for the last like 11 years. And he's really good. He's the best mechanic that I've come across so far. I really like him. I'm going to iron this. And I just said, you know, my mechanic recommends that you blow out your bobbin case every time you change your bobbin. And the thing that holds your bobbin case. It depends, you know, like if you have a drop-in or whatever, maybe you don't have a bobbin case or whatever, but that's what he recommends. I obviously, you know, at the time when he told me that, I was sewing production. So, and so we would go through a whole bobbin, right? But I wasn't going to like put all this detail on it. It's just a good practice. Blow out your bobbin in your bobbin case, because the timing is the most important thing about your machine. And he's like, okay, cool. That's a good habit I'll get into. And then some guy commented on my thing. They said, well, every other time or something like that. And I was just like, why did you say that? Like, you didn't have to say that. If you feel like you shouldn't clean your bobbin until every other time, you don't need to actually correct me. I'm getting so annoyed by these kinds of comments every time I do anything about machines. Because if you've ever looked at my video, which most people don't need to, and they don't have to, they don't need it because it's like a how to maintain an industrial machine. Not everybody needs that kind of video, right? It's very specialized. I did not do it for the views. I did it just as a, like, you know, these are the things I found really helpful. Totally based on the manual, 25 years of working on it. Yes, Alex, exactly. Just air. And, you know, the mechanic, like this mechanic that I've actually talked with many times, is a really great guy. Yeah, exactly, Heidi. And I didn't want to say that because I feel like that's just so typical, right? It's like going to be the cliche thing to you know, accuse him of that. But that's what it was. And I just replied to him and I was like, yeah, don't listen to me. I mean, I've been sewing for 38 years. I've had industrial machines for 25 years. I've worked at multiple factories and I've owned a factory. Don't listen to me though. And then he was like, oh, sorry, I didn't mean to offend you. Or he didn't even say that. He didn't say sorry. He just said, I didn't mean to offend you. And I was like, you know, the thing is, you didn't have to write that comment. And women have to always qualify why we know what we know over and over again, right? We always have to qualify ourselves. He didn't have to qualify himself. He just said really flippantly, it was kind of rude. He was just like, oh no, do it every other time. Like I'm wrong or something. And I was just like, okay, wait, what are your credentials, you know? But it doesn't even matter. Like you didn't even have to say it. You can disagree, but you could have said it completely differently. Like, are you sure? Like that seems kind of frequent. You know, my mechanic said this, you know, like make it a conversation. Don't just like brush me off, you know? So, I said, you could have just put that in the main comment thread. You know what he replied? He said, honestly, I actually did mean to write that in the main reply thread. I was like, no, you didn't. Like the way you phrased that, it wouldn't have made sense in the main comment thread. He can't even let me be right about his comment. Yeah, you might, Kira, I mean, if you have if you've been told not to do that, don't do it. You know? But for my industrial, I do, you know, and that's what my mechanic did. So, like the little brush is great too, but I don't have a computerized machine. Mine's electronic, so. Yeah, it was just like, it really bugged me, and it's just like, I hate like even bringing it up, honestly, just because it's like, so I feel like it's just so cliche, you know? What am I doing right now? Okay, I'm gonna put this chest pocket on right now. How's like, you want me to like brighten this up a little more? We could bring this down and let's brighten it up a little bit more. Yeah, and I actually don't even know what kind of machine my friend had or anything. Is that too bright, you guys? What do you think? Is that okay? It takes years off my hands. All right, so I'm just gonna trim this little edge here, get rid of most of these threads so that I can enclose it. And it's funny because normally I'm actually pretty confrontational, I admit that, but only because I'm just tired of, you know, not being heard and not being taken seriously. And I just like don't feel like I have anything to lose anymore, you know, like whatever. You know, like, okay. And it's like more and more that kind of stuff is starting to annoy me. Just because now I look back on so many times where I let stuff like that happen, you know? Okay, I'm gonna trim this really close. Oh, that's a good idea, Terry. Just make a weekend out of it. I like that. Oh, I just got really close there. I almost cut into my shirt. All right, so let's put this pocket on here. You know, I wasn't, I was being a little bit cavalier with my flannel. And I can tell like this flap, the twill weave is going this way, and on everything it's going this way. I kind of thought about that when I was cutting it, but I was like, oof. I know you guys can't see very well over there, so that's one thing I don't mind being just good enough, you know? All right, so now I have my little flappy flap. This is a very small pocket, to be honest. But I'm glad I have the flap. Even if I don't put snaps on it, it'll hold whatever's in there, and it looks kind of more shackety. What a terrible word. All right. Let's do, okay, so Heidi, you are thinking, are you saying that I didn't add to the top and bottom? I did add to the top and bottom of my pocket. I know for sure I did that. All right, so here's my little pocket thingies here. And I think I'm gonna overlock the perimeter of this just to tame it a little bit, you know? Maybe I should overlock the whole thing. No, it'll be okay. Ugh, oh my God, this stuff. I'm gonna do it from this side. Come on. The pedal, I just barely reached the pedal. Oof. All right, let's make this that, and we're gonna make this wait, longer. Why are you so short? There we go. Let's practice my not letting, you know, like not getting a tail thing. Okay. It's actually working pretty good with this fluffy stuff. Oh boy. Spoke too soon. Look at that little knot there. Let me check chat real quick. Right, Lynn? Thank you. I added the top of my, but you centered the box vertically on the first, but lined up the bottom of the pattern piece to the bottom of the fabric on the second. Oh, he did, Terry? All right, Heidi, I'll check that out. Starting waiting to make his pike vest on. Oh, cool. Hey, Terry, she's looking for testers for a vest. It looks like a women's version of the same one. And there's no text under her post. It's in the Instagram reel. Come on. Yeah, so I don't know if anyone, oh, I just cut that. Like, I didn't mean to cut that. But if anyone's looking for pattern testing opportunity, Wardrobe by Me Patterns is doing, it looks like a women's version of the vest that I just sewed. Boy. Really gets hung up on there. All right. What's this on the floor? Oh, we can't. Oh, I'm sorry, Alex. I'm sorry. And look at how bright that is. Thank you for telling me. On the serger. I know what you mean by the serger. Yeah. Yeah, that little light is really bright on that serger. So sorry about that. Glad you said that because I will be sewing the other thing in a little bit. All right. This is the chest pocket. And I did make this longer as well. And that fold line gets lined up to the top of the box. And this one did I mark this? Yeah, I didn't mark it. Okay, cool. That's the chest. Yeah, that's pretty cool, Terry. He's like, well, I want it. All right, let's put in these welts. Okay. So I'm just going to double check. I mean, that fold line and this fold line. Oh, is this what you mean right here? Maybe that's what you mean. Okay, so I think I figured it out, Heidi. I don't actually know what I did there, but I can see the discrepancy you're talking about. Thank you. I know, it kind of is, right, Alex? It's like too high contrast. But as long as I stay on top of the like lighting, I think it'll be okay, you know? All right. Oh, I'm gonna attach my fleece here like this. And actually, I'll probably cut the bottom off. I'm just gonna line it up like that to the bottom of the pocket opening there. That's a little funky, but I actually don't mind. Wait, this isn't where I want it. I think I want it on the other piece. Wait. I want it on the back of the hand. I mean, it'd be nice on the palm, but I don't really need it on the palm, you know? We need it up here. Yeah. Okay, and it'll fit better up here too. Cool. So let's line it up here. This is pretty funky. Man, my hat is off to the people who sew with this kind of fabric all the time. No, you did not sound naggy. Don't apologize. You don't sound naggy. You had my sewing in my best interest. My sewing in you know what I mean. You had my best interest when you said that, and I appreciate that. So, okay, so I want this. This is a little bit of mind bending for me because I'm making sure I want it right. Okay, so I want it to be like that, right? Like that. So I think, yeah, I needed that box on this side, right? If this is right sides together, and then it gets pushed through. That's very confusing for me. If it gets pushed through, it'll be, ooh, I'm kind of stumped. Okay, so this will be like this. This is how I want it to finish, right? So this is the right side, right? Alex, exactly. You had my back, exactly. You know, I mean, it's like, I hesitated to bring all that up, but it's just like, I think that's exactly it. And so recently I saw this like post on Twitter by someone I don't even know, don't even follow, but someone I follow must follow them, right? And she posted, she said, you know, I think there's a study done recently about this. And she said, almost like, you know, all the time, anytime a woman says something, a guy will instinctively say, they will counter it. Whether they know it's right or wrong, whether they're right or wrong, the woman's right or wrong, it's like a natural thing. They don't even know they're doing it. Like, not that I want to forgive them for it, but, you know, like, and she was just saying, like, it's a natural thing. Like, that is the society we've all grown up in. And I remember thinking, like, no, they don't. The funny thing was, her comment section was filled with a lot of guys going, like, no, we don't. She's like, thanks for proving my point, you know. But I started thinking about this, and I started noticing that every time I do have an interaction with a lot of guys, that is their first reaction. Not in a negative way, not in a confrontational way, but more of they look for something to say that counters it. And I think I've gotten used to it, you know? I've gotten really used to it. And like a few people really sprung into mind, you know? So, I don't know. When I had that video, and I've brought up that video before, that I get into these like weird little comment war argument things with people where I'm trying to be nice and polite, and I'm just like, you know, you're here watching this video because you needed help maintaining your machine, but you're also here telling me, I'm telling you it's wrong. I don't understand why you're even commenting. Like, if you don't think it's correct, don't comment, don't watch, go somewhere else. But guess what? You couldn't find the information. You know, they'll literally be like, that's not what the manual says. It's like, oh man. All right, Sue. So, you know, it's like, I tried to be nice to this guy because at first I was just like, I wasn't nice, but I wasn't mean. I was just like, yeah, sure. Okay. Tell me I'm wrong. Great. You know, but the fact that he came back and kind of doubled down, I was like, really, dude? Oh, I'm forgetting the, dang it, I'm forgetting the flap and it's his fault. No, I'm just teasing. I'm forgetting the little flap cover thingy. I really should have watched my Welt pocket video. Anyway, I didn't backstitch yet. Thank goodness. I mean, my husband is probably one of the most progressive men I've ever known. And he does it occasionally. And I called him out on it recently. He's like, no, I'm not. I said, you know, he's like, you know, I don't know. Anyway, I don't want this to become about that. That's not the kind of streamer I am. It's not the kind of person, I'm not the kind of person that actually brings this kind of stuff up a lot. But this guy was getting me kind of heated this morning, and I was like, what the heck? You don't even have to, like, you could have just put this somewhere else, but no, you know. I felt really bad that we got into this weird little thing on my friend's post, you know. So, anyhow. And I don't think all guys do this or anything like that, you know. I just don't think that they're aware really of how much we really do have to qualify ourselves on everything, you know. So it just feels like it's exhausting. Not all women are right, but neither are all men. So, all right. What else can we talk about? Because I'm done talking about that. Okay, so I just did the ends of my little welt covers. I call these welt covers. So when I developed the pocket skill building session, this was one welt I actually couldn't find the proper terminology for, because it's not really a welt. Like, you're gonna sew a box, you know. Yeah, exactly. I didn't feel bad, Libby. And I said that. Like, I said as much. I was like, you know, you didn't even have to, you know, prove yourself. It's the fact that he didn't feel bad and he was just like, well, I really actually didn't mean to comment to you. And it's like, yeah, you did. There was no reason to write your comment except in response to mine. And it would have looked like a half of a sentence, you know, if you wrote it anywhere else. So he don't feel bad, that's for sure. I don't feel bad either. I did say I felt bad to you guys, I know, but you know. All right, so we're gonna put this little welt cover right here up to the middle of that box. I really feel like I'm doing this wrong right now. Now I'm doubting everything. All right, I'm gonna attach this first. That's what I'm gonna do. Center this right there. You know what I don't like about sewing things like this is that you end the stitching at the end of this little thing, right? This little cover. And I've been experimenting with trying to remember to not do that. Like, I don't usually back tack something like this, but you can, right? And I'm gonna do it right now because I'm gonna put the end with the threads here. Because what happens is you have this little thread, right? Right here. And this little thread can kind of ruin everything. You know what I mean? Because if I cut it right now really close, what can happen is this can start lifting up, or another little thread comes loose and then you have this little tiny cut thread that you actually can't grab and get rid of later, and it pokes out of your seam, you know? So I've been trying to remember to put like go back, like start here, go back to the beginning and then go back. So that my ends are in the middle, not right there at the end where it's really hard to manage, you know? It's just something I've been playing around with. This feels wrong. What am I doing wrong right now? Yeah, that's exactly it, Kathy. Even when they're agreeing. Yeah. I just don't think, just like how Anna phrased it, they just don't realize. And the funny thing is to me, we don't say anything most of the time unless we know we're right because of this. So if you're going to counter me, you have to know that I'm actually right because I wouldn't open my mouth for an argument otherwise. Like, I don't know. Yeah, Beverly, totally. Yeah, absolutely. I do see some flat felt seams on the outside though. But you're right, it makes it so much more comfortable. All right. Oops. Oh, and you know, if anyone's here because they're like, ooh, I see camera and button up in this, and you're really looking for a tutorial, Helen's Closet has one. Wait a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I recorded it, and it's on my YouTube channel, but it's her how-to tutorial. So if you're looking, or if you want to sew a button up and you're not in my guild, because we're about to do a sew-along for November and December, in the skill building sessions for the Journeyist and Master Group people. We're going to do a sew-along of them. But if you want a really detailed sew-along of a button down, that one it's like over 2 hours long. So, not always, Alex, but I do on the jeans. It just depends. But yeah, a lot of times the flat felled seam it's like wrong sides together. You trim the side that you're going to hem over, and then you hem over that side and edge stitch on the right side. And then the inside is completely smooth. I don't think this one's sewn with flat felled, right? No. All right, let's see how I did here. Because I don't know why, but I'm really doubting this. I'm about to cut a hole in my jacket here. So let's just get it over with and see what I did wrong. Or what I did right. I hate cutting these right here because the thickness of that welt cover. So I said just kind of pick up this layer here, and then I'll do it on the back too, because it's really easy to just snip right through your box because of the thickness of that welt cover. Thanks, Patrick. I'm a very in the moment kind of person, so sometimes I'll just forget everything I know. You know what I mean? Like I learn it and then I kind of move on from it, or not learn it. I teach it and then I go along from it. I actually did look up some ways to do it because I was like, okay, I want to see what people are hearing about this. Okay, that works. Look at that. But this is on the wrong side. So that's what I did wrong. But look, I'm going to take it out and I'm going to fix it. After all that, that's the thing I did wrong? It really is. Okay. Okay. Learn from me. So glad I overlocked that edge. This is an easy fix though. Yeah, right, Patrick? Self pockets. Yeah, I've learned that like the sewing terms that the autocorrect hates are just so interesting. There's quite a few. I should start keeping a list. The fact that it doesn't know sew, you know, like come on. I feel like the word sew has to be used as much as the word see in the world. You know? All right, let's take this out here real carefully. Good thing I don't think I included it. Oof. Oof, you guys. It's a little included. Look. Oh, boy. Who said they love my cavalier approach? I don't know. That's definitely not for everybody. When I'm doing a retrofit like this, though, it's kind of one of those things where when you're not doing things in the order from start to finish, it feels a little discombobulating in a way. You know? Because it's have you ever gotten someone's, like a sewing project from a friend, or they're like, you know, I just never finished this, and you can have it, and you're thinking, or someone, you see someone's like half done sewing project at the thrift store, and you're like, oh, I'm gonna finish this. This is for this person, right? And then you start doing it, and you're like, I don't really know where they were at in this project, right? You know, so it's like one of those weird things. Okay, so this isn't going to show no matter what. Do I take the chance and undo this seam right here on this side? Maybe I do. Ooh, I don't really like taking out, I don't really like messing around with this seam in particular. You know what I mean, jelly beans? Did you? Oh, I know, Alex. It's really funny. Sometimes I watch it. There's a few things where I'm like, that is not what I said. And it's a little like, oh, am I going to get demonetized, you know? I think I'm going to take this out. Sorry, guys. I'm not going to take it all out. I'm just going to take out like right here where this is sewn, where the white is sewn, the shearling right here. I think it's just a nip right here, right? I know sometimes it is, Heidi. No, Emmy. Right? Yeah, those, they definitely don't make those very functional. It's so sad too, because all the effort that went into sewing them, and all it would need is a little bit of extra pocket pocket fabric, right? It's like it's really sad. And I know that like those places have a welt machine, but it's still, you know. I'm just going to cut the shearling here because it's just like a thread that's attached. All right. And then here, it's just this little bit. It's, of course, my corners. Take out a little bit more. The other one's going to go great, right? All right. Okay. Yeah, that's exactly it, Libby, right? But it, you know, people hold on to those things and they just can't let them go. And then when they finally do, it's either because they were stuck or it doesn't fit or they ran out of time or maybe they didn't need it. You know, there's a lot of reasons. Okay. This shearling's making me a little bit itchy. All right, how'd we do there? Let's get rid of this. Well, I'm actually not going to get rid of that thread. I'm just going to poke it through. And make sure my triangle is still cut. It's going to be a little bit different now. So I went just outside of it. Yeah, I know, Alex, it's so funny. Yeah, they're sewn shut, but they're usually sewn shut to maintain the shape of the pockets. They don't get stretched out before the end user buys it, the customer. But yeah, I mean, some of them now aren't even functional. I need to trim these corners a little bit more. So when I do this style of welt, I go right up to the corners because it's not technically, there's no welts being sewn into the pocket. And the reason I say that is because we don't catch these corners in the ends. So traditional welts, they're usually, that's not that they get caught in the ends, it's that the welt stays inside the hole, right? And this doesn't. This is like a cover, like a flap kind of, right? All right. All right, we're back on track now. So this is the one that I want my fleece to go to. Okay. It's a little long. So here, I'm here to say you don't have to figure out where this fleece goes before you sew your welt. Sew it, put it in afterward. Then that way you won't have to worry if you're getting it in the right place, you know? That's one thing we just learned, right? This stuff is fighting me here. Okay. All right. All these threads. Okay, let's just get our bearings here. And the good thing about this style is this little cover here is going to cover up your entire, you know, welt, right? No one's even going to see that in there. Yeah, I know. I see people walking around with those things stitched shut. And I think sometimes it's like, you know, the like plastic film on like an appliance or yeah, like a little appliance. I remember I used to have this office mate and he left his on the fridge and it just drove me crazy. I wanted to take it off so bad. He'd be like, don't touch it. He really wanted to do it himself. It just cracked me up. All right, so I'm gonna sew my pocket together here. Just around the perimeter. The flannel lines up, the shearling does not. I'm going about this in such a weird way. There we go. And I'm just going to cut this off so it's not hanging down. My jacket's lined. This won't matter that that's raw edge. Any of that won't. All right, so let's look at the side. And so a lot of times people will hand sew this edge down here, and you can do. Yeah, some of those pockets are meant to be closed because they're not very functional. Oh, the plastic lampshade, yeah. I'm just going to top stitch the pocket, but I'm just moving the pocket bag out of the way. I'm doing this in such a weird order right now. Sorry. Ooh, I should have done this before I, what am I doing? Oh my God, today I'm not feeling like I know much at all. Maybe that guy was right. Why am I having trouble today here? All right, that's okay. It's gonna be okay. All right, and then this will just get stitched down. I don't mind doing this by machine, stitching these little ends down, but you can hand sew it too. This pocket's on like the Tamarack jacket. Where else have I seen this one? Oh, it's the pocket that is on the Auburn blazer. I actually don't know another one. All right. Phew, survived. Those dog hair, shearling, you name it. Ooh, but it's so cozy. Very cozy. Nice. All right, let's do one more and let's make it less painful. Well, it's funny, Terry. The worst is when you do it when you're like getting rid of it, you know? So the way I used to be like that, like I would save something like that until when, you know, like it's going somewhere else. And I'm like, but why? I paid for it. Why don't I get to enjoy it, you know? So I don't wait for that kind of thing anymore. Is this is okay, like this. Okay. I don't have the little notch telling me that that was the top. Yeah, that's right. Okay. All right, this one will be, oh my gosh, my welt. Yeah, women's jeans pockets are infuriating. I agree with that. Back up all the way to the end, then come to the, keep going. All right, let's put this on here. This is kind of the most, the trickiest, like making sure you get this little chalk line just below that stitch line for the pocket flap. You don't really want that stitching to show, but you can see it under there. And then I just want this little edge, the end of my pocket opening, to enclose that pocket flap. So even if it goes a little past, you need to go off of the flap. You can't pivot on the flap, in other words. So I'm feeling the end of the flap right there. Thread the needle here. There we go. Just making sure I did this on the right side of the garment because I get paranoid about stuff like that. I heard that Angela Lansbury passed away, and it's so sad. She was such a legend. I'm just digging a hole here. There we go. I lift up each layer to do on the lower part where that flap is sewn in. I lift up each layer to cut the triangle, because when I cut through the flap, a lot of times I'll press too hard with my scissors and then I'll cut right through my box, you know? So pick it up. The top one I can go through all layers. I always look at the back because it's never the same as how I cut it on the top, no matter what. And so when I do the other kind, that's a welt. One of the things I learned doing that skill building session was oftentimes they tell you to go just to, like clip just to the edge of your corner there. And I feel like that sets you up for the fraying that happens in the corners of your welt. And what I learned was that it's better to go one stitch before, like cut up to one stitch before. All right, so this time we're going to top stitch it before we pull the pocket down. We're going to top stitch all the, well, I'm not going to top stitch all the way around, but top stitch this bottom edge here. That's a little wide. Give it a good tug everywhere. All right. And then now we're going to add the fuzzy stuff because, you know, we've learned. Do it afterward. Ooh, that's not okay right there. Actually, I need to take that out. I didn't give it a good tug right here. So does it feel like fall is hitting everywhere for you guys? Like, I mean, I know the folks that are in the Southern Hemisphere, it's more like spring is hitting your way. This dress I'm wearing always makes me think of fall because of the colors of it. I don't tend to wear as many dresses in the cooler months. I'm not sure why either. I guess because I'm not big on tights, you know? Come on. It's starting to get cooler here at night. The thing that is happening a lot right now is acorns. You guys gave me so many great tips on picking up leaves. I actually went and looked for the rake you guys mentioned, the horse rake, but there were so many different kinds I didn't commit. So I may need more clarification on that. But right now, the acorns, the squirrels, they're like all half chewed and everything. It's kind of cute. Their little teeth marks and all the acorns. But it's so loud at my house right now because the little cottage, little building thing is got a metal roof. And they are having a field day just tossing them down all the time, you know? Let's just give this a tug. Like that. Put that in there. There we go. I'm breaking so many rules today. I'm even allowing a back stitch in the middle here. Retrofitting things and upcycling, I feel like it gets its own kind of grace, you know? Don't even have to do this top stitch, but it looks nice, you know? So I do it. All right, now we can put this fuzzy stuff right here. A little extra touch. See, it's the perfect pocket because I'm determined someday to rescue a baby squirrel. I could put it in my pocket, you know? All right, let's get my pocket all lined up here. This is so much easier to stitch your pocket if you put the shirt like this. So here's my shirt. It's like right side up. This is the outside, right? And then I do this. I just lift this up and then stitch this pocket perimeter here. It's easier. Oh my gosh, Alex. Dang. Are you in California, Alex? Sorry if we've talked about this before. Because I'm in Walnut area too. When I moved here, the thing the big time crime was stealing trucks full of walnuts. Yeah, me too, Alex. Oh, you're in Germany. Oh, okay, okay. That's I didn't think you were in the States. That's funny. You want some walnuts, Terry? Let me know. I'm sure I could find you some. I don't understand why we spend so much money on almonds here, though, because those are grown here as well. Stitching down my flaps here. Or the cover, as I call it. All right, there we go. 2 hand pockets. Okay, so my last pocket is this chest pocket. Where's my other front? Must be sitting here amongst this fluff. Oh, that's right, I was showing you this piece here. The crows. Oh, I know, they're so funny how they'll like throw things down to crack them open. Sorry, I'm touching the microphone. So I'm gonna put this like right here. Right here. And this one here, and I have one more welt cover. Right? There it is. Shoot. Sorry. Sorry, you guys. Didn't mean to scare you. I know this is all happening today because I'm just so out of sorts after those comments today. Then having to drive, like wait in 1-lane traffic to get up to my office. All right. So same thing here. We're gonna put this, usually this pocket is like about in line with your underarm. Right here, I'm gonna put mine a little higher. That's the top. And I'm gonna stitch this on, yeah, I'm gonna stitch this on right here. I don't have the square drawn on this one, but it doesn't matter. It just needs to be onto the pocket itself. Oof, that is some squish squish. Some squishy stuff there. Okay. So you got my line right on that stitching line. Just looking for the edge of the flap. There we go. Looks good. We can cut it on this side so we can see our square. Is that too bright? Let's get it a little bit lower. That's better, huh? You didn't swim yesterday, yeah. That's probably your barometer. Do you shut down your pool for the season, Libby? Or do you heat it? Committed. On this side here. And one more here. All right, let's pop it through. Pop, 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 pop. Oh, it looks so cute. I'm excited. All right. Stitch down this flap here, which that's the, no matter what, this welt's gonna look good because, I mean, the fleece hides everything, right? Look at how cute that looks. I love it. All right, let's put it together now. Put this here. I might adjust the lighting a lot. It just gets too cold. Yeah, that makes sense. Ours did too. I don't think ours wasn't heated. Okay, so I pieced my quilt fabric. So I need to sew this together. If you're ever using, this is a tip I have, if you're ever using a quilted fabric like this that's pre-quilted, I highly recommend that once you cut it out, go around the edges and secure the threads by sewing like stay stitch around your pieces. And the reason I say that is because this quilting right here, it just starts coming undone because there's no back stitch there anymore, right? And I had to sew one of these. I sewed a vest for Wardrobe by Me, their how-to video. And when I got to sewing the lining, the quilted lining to the garment, this is actually not the right seam allowance. It should be a 1/2 inch. I'm gonna have to redo that one. My stitching had come out so far into the vest that I had to like replace the stitching. Otherwise it would have just kept coming undone, you know? So it's just something to think about. Just go around and secure your threads if you're not gonna sew it anytime soon. So that's my tip about that. Something I didn't even think about. All right, here we go. So now I have my sleeves. Yep, they're not gonna match and that's okay. Nobody's ever gonna see these, right? So I don't mind. I wanted to use some extra fabric. I'm even gonna top stitch this nice and flat. Yes, in purple thread. I don't want a bump in there, you know? So I'm just gonna open up the seam allowance. I actually matched the squares on this one so that would look somewhat repeating correctly. All right, there's that one. And this one, this stuff I don't really like either. It's kind of like creepy. It grabs every little skin snag, you know, on you. I'm just gonna push it one way since I sewed 2 seams there. All right, there's my sleeves. All right, so now let's sew. Oh, I forgot the yoke, you guys. We need a yoke. Let's cut a yoke really quick. I thought about using the flannel, but I'm not going to. I'm going to actually use the fuzzy stuff. So here's the yoke. I'm going to use the fuzzy stuff so that it's nice and cozy. So let's just do the yoke. We just need 1. Sorry if that's too bright. I hope not. I bet this pattern piece is, though. It's kind of hard to see the grain line at this point, too. What is the seam allowance on this pattern? I don't remember. 3/8. Cool. Shake it off. Right, Terry? Isn't that funny? I think that's really common to, it's like until you need it, you just don't really know what to do with it. I know what you mean. So I'm kind of thinking about overlocking all of this so that it compresses the seams. Let's see if we can get that lighting much lower. Let's try that. So let's sew this together over at the serger. And once this is together, let's see if we can raise this up a tad, like that. Is that okay? All right, so we're gonna do, this is pretty unconventional in a way. This is the front, this is the back. I should have probably tacked my yoke. It looks like I'm sewing a bear. You know? Have you guys ever sewed your yoke to the side seam? Weirdly, it fits really perfectly almost every time. Look at this. I've done that a few times. I'm not ashamed to say. Okay, so we're gonna mark the center of our yoke here. Right there. Let's make sure this is the actual yoke. Yep. Man, it is just so thick. I can't find my notch. There's only 1, 2. Where's the other one? I should have pre-sewed this one. I'm gonna use pins for a second. Find where this goes. I did keep the pleat in it, even though there's some stretch in this going across. But I do think on some things like this, you can just fold the pleat one way. No. See, look at this stuff. It's just, ugh. I want a little shield right here. I'm trying to look at the chat. Sorry. You know, oh, it's okay, Shem. I just start. I mean, it's been kind of interesting. Sewn a sleeve in the neck opening. That I think I've done that too. No, it is not. I have so far added the pockets to my my shacket. I'll just call it what it is. So see, I added a chest welt pocket right here, and I added 2 to the outer garment. Now I am sewing up the lining, and I really don't like sewing this stuff. You were just watching me sew the yoke on, but I couldn't see the notches, all of them, so I was just improvising. Oof. Don't worry, I'm just touching the blade there. It's what I need is my my chopstick. I'm gonna get my chopstick. Or actually, you know what might work really good here is the Hera marker. This thing right here. This fuzz, man. Yeah, I've been making all kinds of goofy things, Shem. I'm all discombobulated today. But I really want this garment. I'm pretty excited about it. Even though it looks like a stuffed animal lost its life in here. All right, now we're gonna do the sleeves. And I think I might, no, I'll just do it the original way. Okay, it's the side seam. I got it from, I think fabric.com. Terry, stop. Cut me some slack today, Terry. Come on. I was going to put a link in the chat where I got it, Libby, because it isn't that easy to find sometimes. Let's see, it's hung up again. What I'm doing back here is I take the tail and I kind of just gently tug to kind of get it going. And I was telling people, Libby, that Cloud9 makes a cotton version, and I've used it, and it's nice. It's nowhere near like this type of soft and fluffy, but it's a natural fiber, which is nice because it won't do the shocking, you know, like it won't shock people. This is always the hang up. Like, I just wish they would make the foot like a little, I don't know, like a snap-on or something that you could calm these really thick pile fabrics, you know, before it goes under the needle. And then that way you don't have that hang up that you get sometimes. All right, where's the other side seam? Yeah, exactly, Libby. Yeah, I mean, I've looked for it a few times, and do you guys remember when I did those cozy slippers? I used the free pattern by Melly Sews, which I hate to say it, but I don't really recommend it. It doesn't come in sizes, first of all. So I had to come up with my own sizes. And I actually, you know, I tell you how I did that. I even just used a copy machine and did percentages, and I looked up children's feet sizes, you know, and I just did all this like math to make me be able to just use the slipper pattern, right? Well, there's, I think that she uses 4-way stretch fabric, but doesn't realize that's why her pattern works. Because you need 4-way stretch fabric. Good luck finding 4-way stretch Sherpa though. This is 2-way. And I say that because like I know people are like, is it 1-way or 2-way? Or people say 2-way versus 4-way. What I'm trying to say is this only stretches going along the cross grain. It does not stretch in the length grain. For shoes, slippers, things like that, you need that. Otherwise you can't get them on. And that's exactly what happened to my niece and nephew. So they couldn't get them on. And so I ordered new Sherpa. And I had to wait because I couldn't find it. It was just so popular at the time of year, you know. And this is from fabric.com. And I think a lot of the people who do a lot of like baby blankets and for holiday stuff and sale, like they sell things like that, they snap it all up because it's not as easy to find as it seems. Not many people make it or carry it. All right, so let's put the sleeves on. So I'm going to do the underarm seam here. So I think I've decided that I'm going to have to hand sew this. Look at that. See how it's pushing my top layer away? I don't like that. I'm just going to clean this out a little bit. Not you. Move my feed dogs a little bit. Beverly, are you still here too? I wanted to thank you for doing those timestamps of the Ash jeans. It's hugely helpful. Thank you. I have released the pressure of this so much, but it feels really low still. Or I mean, like the presser foot seems low, meaning high pressure. Is your wall, wait, I'm missing comments, sorry. Is your wall that the Sherpa hits too low? Is that what you're trying to push it down? Oh, yes. Oh, I bet, Kira. Yeah, you wrote that. Yeah, Anna, exactly. Yeah, that's tough, Kira. It is hard. Do you by chance have a machine dealer in your area that sells sergers so you could go try them? And at least see what you like and don't like, and maybe a brand will stick out to you. I know, like subjecting yourself to the sales machine isn't really fun. Yeah, I don't really have that problem usually, Shem. This is particularly thick. Just tossing it. All right, this is the back. And that's the front. There we go, right here. think that this is going to be a great use for this pattern for me because the Cameron has very straight shoulders. So there's a lot of room through the shoulder area. And putting this bulk in there will kind of take some of that up for me. I think it'll be good. I'm going to offset my thicknesses. Get rid of this thing right there, that little clump there. All right. Where's my shoulders? Right here. After I sew my other sleeve on, then we're gonna attach the lining to the overshirt, Terry. And that should be the fun part because I've decided that, like, I took off the collar, took off the cuffs. So it'll go directly into those seams for sure. At the placket though, I'm gonna have to be a little creative, the center front placket. I only took one of them out. So I'm gonna have to do something clever with the other one. I may have to take some of it out, but I'm hoping not. All right, so now I have a little stylish, right? The other interesting thing about this pattern is that the pleats of the cuff are on the opposite side of traditional button-ups. You don't have to do it that way, but just know that. And I sewed mine like the instructions because I was doing that video. Offsetting my underarm seams from one another. And when I say that, I mean I'm putting the sleeve towards me and the body towards the back. I'm just trying to get it started too. All right, now that we're started. Sorry I can't see chat, but I'm almost done. Oh, I saw Andrea from SewToFit streaming the other day, which was really fun, like to just like happen upon her stream. Wait, what is going on here? Oh, that's the yoke. I was like, what is that extra seam? She's so good at fitting. She was making a dress fit her, and she was having to change the fit, and I'm not sure why. Like I was like midway, but it looked really good. It was a McCall's pattern, I think. All right, last couple inches. That was a little weird right there, wasn't it? All right, let's see. Let me try on my my lining. I can't see chat still. You drive 30 minutes to Nashville. Oh yeah. Cozy. Oh, I'm so excited. Okay. All right. What, there are new badges stickers? Yes, they are. I'll tell you about them. Okay. Tell me if I miss something in chat, okay? The cat is lurking. Okay, yes, exactly. Okay, here we go. I'm very excited. All right, so we have obviously, when I'm using the seam ripper, rip. This is one's for Shem when I go on a tangent. This is love. This is experiment. Here's my all right, lurk, and the guild, because all's rule. All's for life, man. Yeah, that's it, Shem. I mean, I'm not one to say you absolutely need a serger for everything, but that was very pleasant. I mean, look at that. It's just so nice and tame, you know? It just makes it a little bit easier to manage because of this, the fluff machine. Look at the yoke back there. so weird. All right. One of the things I've been most worried about is that this feels like it'll get a little bigger than the outer, you know? It's a little loosey-goosey. So let's put this inside. Yeah, Guild Pride. How do I even have to explain that? No, I'm just teasing. I had one more emote slot. The emotes aren't permanent either. So if we're like, we never use this one, Saremy, let's swap it out, we can do that. You just have to wait on me to do it, that's all. All right. Don't twist your sleeves. This one's like bunched up in here. All right, so I think the hand sewing I'll have to do is around the placket here. It's the outer fabric is purple. Purple with a side of shearling. It feels pretty good. Oh, yeah. I'm excited. All right, I'm gonna go to the pattern table and I'm just gonna make sure everything is like laying straight, you know? So we're going to attach it at the neck here, and this placket here I unstitched, so I'm gonna wrap it around. So that's something I want to do. Like this. I may have to undo the hem. Like it already looks longer than my jacket. Oh, maybe I shortened this. Oh, I could have. You know what? I could have shortened this. Well, shoot. Yeah, it's like it's actually one of those flannels where they used a warp and a weft that are different. One is like a wine color and one is navy. I got the fabric from Minerva.com, by the way. It's part of their brand ambassador program. And I'm sad to say they sent it a long time ago to me. I made this shirt in April and then I didn't post it because it just wasn't quite right, you know? They're very, very forgiving though. If you ever get the opportunity, because anyone can be an ambassador for them, and if you ever get the opportunity, they are very delightful to work with. All right, so we're gonna pin this in just a few places like this. I couldn't find it on their site, but it's the Robert Kaufman Porto is the color. And if you guys remember when I made the Fairfield button up for my husband in that plaid, and I keep telling you guys he doesn't take it off, it's true. He does not take it off. It's the same company. Yeah, look at how much longer this is. And I cut a 1/2 inch off of this. So I may need to take out my hem a little bit. All right, so we have our neck here, and the collar's gonna go right up on top of that. It's a terrible word, Nancy. I'm only sort of caving because I saw Helen use it today because she made one in a wool coating that's really beautiful. So I'm like, fine, I'll do it for you today, Helen. I call it an overshirt. A shirt jacket and a jacket. I've never heard the term shirt jacket. I would call that an overshirt, I guess. So I guess that's the difference. What do you think, Shem? What's your opinion? None of us like that word. United we stand on that word. All right, so I'm just putting that up there, making sure that that's lining up to the armhole seam, lining up my side seam here. And I'm just in general just making sure that there's no like twists and pulls, and like see how there's this big bump there. Just want to make sure like that's taken out of there. This side's going further forward off the front here, so it may need to be trimmed as well. I absolutely need this to go all the way up to the neckline though, so. Oh, it's so soft. This does have a nap, by the way, just so y'all know, which means that if you go this way, it feels one way, and look, when I go this way, you can see it changes. So I did have to take care with that when I cut it out. You might not notice it, but you would if it were an outer garment. What I am asking is why this is not simply a jacket. Because this genre where it is a button down turned into more of a cozier garment isn't considered usually a jacket. Usually you don't see jackets with buttons besides suit jackets. I'm going to use snaps on mine. I guess that would be a defining thing. Okay, so it's okay if I have a little looseness this way. We need that for movement. It's the portmanteau of shirt, jacket. Veggie. I think that's so funny because I see this debate with people and the word underwear. Like some people hate the word panties or undies. Look how long this is. None of those words bug me though. Just tugging my shirt, making sure I don't have any wrinkles. I feel one right there though. So let's take a closer look. Oh yeah, there's a big wrinkle right there. This stuff really clings to the fur, which in some ways helps, but in some other ways it doesn't. Yeah, right, Terry? Snaps. We like snaps. Plus, I like being able to put this on and off really easily. And buttons and buttonholes are just a pain in the butt, you know? Like when you want to just throw it on. Okay. I'm going to put a few pins in this down here. I'm going to look at it from the right side too. Make sure I don't have any weird pulling. I washed this shirt a couple times to make sure that I got all of the shrinkage out of it, because I'm a little worried about, you know, it shrinking and the lining doesn't. Hates the word panties. Okay. Look at my little pocket there. Miranda. There you go, Libby. There's one that's worse. You're right, Randa. We should be thankful. Okay. I'm gonna just draw on this hem here with this washable ink here. And then this way I can trim off what I want to hem. I probably do need to take out this hem, unfortunately. Shoot, I should have done that. I don't know what I was thinking. Yeah, that's because you're a member. So I can change that star. And so the star, what happens with the star, you guys, if you're a channel member, is it shows up by your name when you are a channel member. And when you've been in the channel for, say, 3 months, it'll change it to a different color, right? And then as it progresses, it changes colors, right? And then you can kind of identify as how long you've been a member, right? But you can make it something else that progresses. Like yesterday I saw a streamer and he had a dog as his little thing, not a star, right? A dog. And then every few months the dog got another accessory. And by the end of a year, the dog looked like the streamer, same glasses. There's no getting away from panties. My ex did a huge aversion to saying underwear for women's underwear. Panties is the only word, or slip if need be, and I did not see the red flags. My ex had a huge aversion to saying underwear for women's underwear. Really? That's interesting. Ginormous. Not a real word. All right, let's see how this feels in the sleeve. All right, so like I said, I'm gonna have to probably hand sew this around the placket. But it's gonna get enclosed. I took the cuffs off, so it'll get enclosed in the cuff. Ouch. I'm looking at chat and I just poked myself. You're making cookies? What kind of cookies are you making? I made peanut butter cookies the other day with chocolate chips, and I've eaten all of them because I'm the only one in the house right now. So wham. I love how she just tells us she made cookies, but she didn't tell us what kind. Like she knew we were going to ask, Terry, right? So I'm just going to turn under this little edge right here. And then I can still put the cuff on and everything, and then I'll just, like, at night, I can hand sew it. Lemon from a Cake Box Bakes. Oh, okay. Yeah, that sounds good. Lemon cookies. All right, I'm just going to say it, Anna. That sounds like you really, really needed cookies. And you were like, I have this box cake. Lemon cookies aren't really the cookie you hear about, I'm just saying. And I respect it. Like, I've definitely been so desperate. I needed, something sweet or chocolatey that I'll make meringues. Because that takes egg whites, sugar, and cocoa. Like, I respect it. Well, I hope they're with it because you missed some amazing Lippy. No, you didn't. Lippy. My goodness. Shaming the viewers for making cookies. What's going on here? All right. All right, I'm almost ready to go back to the machine and start putting on my collar again and my cuffs and figuring out what I'm going to do at the center front. Ooh, I swear you say that about every project, Terry. You're like, I have this really amazing garment that I forgot to finish. Maybe now it's time. A digital scale. No, that is true. And more accurate. No, Alex, no, don't. Oh my gosh. Alex, that was you. That's right. Okay, I'm just now connecting who you are in YouTube to who you are in the guild. How is your finger? Oh my goodness. Yeah, Alex has a story to tell that nobody will ever want to hear. But she was in the emergency room this weekend. Man. This is so interesting because these pleats are, you know, they're not on the side they usually are, so I'm a little turned around. Okay. Okay, so I think I have everything kind of sorted out. I need to trim off the bottom here. Let's just see how this is looking. Like, is there everything looking flat? You know, like I'm not going to get any bubbly stuff, you know? No bubbly stuff. This side I can just stitch down. This side, this is the side that has the little pleat. So what I was thinking is, let me see if I can get more of that in there. Is top stitching it into that pleat. You know, when I look at this one here, I wanted to show you guys. They sew this right sides together at the center front. Look at that. So the placket only shows on one side. And it actually is the one I'm talking about right now. Is this side right here. That's interesting, huh? So if I wanted, I could edge stitch it in there like they did. I don't know about that. I don't know about that because, like, I didn't sew that right sides together like they did, you know? So they did that right there. It's in this pleat. Oh, let me trim off this hem. They're a popular potluck treat. That's interesting. Oh, that's right, the chef's coats. The finger barely hurts. Oh, that's good. Oh, knitting would definitely put some strain on a finger too. All right. So let's trim this down. And I think I'm going to trim it a little. Where am I want to do this? Yeah, I'm going to do it like the hem. And then I'm going to hem the shirt over this. So if you ever make one of these, just don't do it as a retrofit. It'll be a lot easier and faster. I did the Archer as an overshirt, and I made it reversible and lined. One of my all-time favorite projects. I wear that every day too. All right, let's go back over here. Let me grab the mouse. Overskirt. It's just because I can't watch chat a lot right now. Yeah. And chat's always on a tangent. Come on. I don't ever expect you guys to be really paying attention to me. Me. All right. What to sew first? Let's see here. Let's do that center front placket. Let me see if I can take out some of this hem a little bit more. Let's do it really risky style. Living on the edge here. No, let's not. This is not going to go good. I can tell. You do your measuring spoons too. You have a digital scale. I have a digital scale for knitting. I guess it could be used for baking too. I have like an analog scale for my baking. And there's no way I could do a teaspoon or anything like that. It's not like sensitive enough. Yeah, Kira. Yay. That's what the emotes are for. Everybody forgives you for being late when you show up with cookies, though. Yeah, no, this stuff is stretchy. It's crosswise stretch. I'm literally tuning out all of this stuff here because it's just a little stressful to look at. So I'm just going to take out this hem really quick. So I know today's project's not that exciting, but tomorrow I'm going to be drafting a pajama top and then cutting out the pajama top, and I'm going to be cutting out a pair of sport shorts. Terry reminded me that I was going to use those as pajama bottoms. Oh, you're not wearing glasses. Hi, Mary. How's it going? Oh, cool. I'm glad. No fast fashion. No, absolutely not. Yeah, I don't even donate stuff. It's really rare. I try and take responsibility for everything I have. I only donate it if I know it's highly usable, and that's still, you know. So yeah, tomorrow I'm going to be drafting a pajama top, and I'm actually using a really popular ready-to-wear pajama style from Garnet Hill that I've seen for decades. And I'm going to make a woven version. And then, yeah, I'm going to cut the sport shorts out. And then Saturday, I'm going to sew both up, and I'm going to do the binding attachment again. So, oh my gosh, me too, Shem. I mean, they could be in person if someone else hosts. I don't want to host. My friend just opened up a little, like, I'm not quite sure. It's like a studio where people can come and do all kinds of crafty type things. Every time I go, when I went to go visit, she wasn't there that day. So I'm trying to figure out like how it works. But I think you can like rent out the space. So you could teach a class there or host something there. But she's got everything. She's a new knitter and new fiber artist, but she's going like full into that whole world of fiber arts with looms, knitting, spinning, you name it. But she's also a really good sewist and has a treadle, a hand crank actually, sorry, that she brings on trips. So. But that's potentially a place if I did it locally. Oh, I'm going to be in the Portland area in November. Portland, Oregon. Maybe we can have a meetup. Ooh, Terry, where are you? We need you. Troll in the chat. All right, I'm at the front. You timed him out for 300 seconds. I love it. What even does that mean? 300 seconds. Oh, you did that. That's funny. Oh, no, Terry did that. Okay. Did you just report him, Kira? Good. I had the guy who's been doing the like, please, ma'am, give me the pattern for that bib overall. I had him in my comments again on a whole nother video. I decided not to do a please, ma'am emote because I could tell some of you were like, maybe they're being polite, and I'm like, yeah, I know what you mean, but this isn't like that. I can tell. You get good at it, you know? The city sewing room classes, rentable machines for everybody that's been doing it. Oh, that's really cool, Heidi. Where's that in St. Louis? Which St. Louis? There's more than one, right? Isn't that one of those really big cities that there's two of them? Or am I wrong about that? I know stuff about sewing, but not about, you know, geography. All right. I'm going to start with this placket here. Let's do this. Might not land in the where it landed on the front. I actually could do that though. Let's do that. Let's just sew it right where it was. Yeah, that sounds really cool. So, okay, let me get your guys' opinion. If I ever wanted to teach a class, like what if I traveled somewhere in Missouri? Oh, okay, great. I haven't been to Missouri. I'd love to go. Why did I just do this? This was such a dumb idea that I just did this. Anyway, if I were to go somewhere and teach a class, what would I teach? Like, I don't even know what I would teach, to be honest. Like, people suggest it, even other people like YouTubers, and I'm like, yeah. And I'm like, what though? Yeah. Hey, Ray, how's it going? I was thinking about you the other day. That's true. And then she has that really amazing fabric shop that's all donated fabric. And that's all they do. It's a shop devoted to, maybe it's the same place. Okay, that was a bad idea, but I did okay except for right here. And you know what? I think snaps will cover that up. A visiting live stream. Oh, I could not bring my setup though. I mean, I guess I could use my iPhone. That is streamable. But then what would I stream? Here I am on location. People are like, and? You're not a musician. All right, what am I gonna do with this side here? This placket. I'm kind of thinking about just top stitching right into this pleat right here. My original idea, well, I could teach sleeve fitting, but I don't think people really care about that. Oh, we'd get someone else to do the streaming part. You saw those? Weren't they odd? Yeah. Yeah, maybe. I think a workshop style would be a good class, or like project-based classes, from the technique class. I think a workshop style would be a good class. People could plan ahead what project they want to bring. All right, what do we think about this right here? My original plan was I was thinking I would hide the stitching under this little pleat right here, right? Sewing techniques and tips. Okay, I love that idea. This is what I'm thinking now. I mean, I would be like, hi, my name is Saremy, and I wanted to teach a class at your beautiful fabric store. And they'd be like, okay, who are you? And then, you know, they'd put a little sign-up sheet, and like 2 people would sign up. Oh, really, Heidi? That's interesting. Yeah, I know, Ray, but that doesn't excuse the fact that he expects me to just give him my pattern when I literally teach him how to draft it in that video. He's just like, please, give me that pattern. I'm like, no. All right. I think I'm just going to edge stitch this into this pleat. Some sacrifices have to be made here, you know? And I could actually sew in the other one, so then there's 2 rows of stitching on both sides, and then it would look a little more balanced. What do you think of that? I'll make that call for you. I love it, Ray. I love that. Maybe I could go a place where, I don't even know. Like I could do that at Hearts, right? They know me. I'm trying to think where else. I could go to the UK, you know, ask Lush Cloth. I don't think she has a thing though. That's true, Terry. Good point. All right, I'm just going to edge stitch this down right in this top stitching. Sacrifices are being made. Not ideal, but, you know, didn't know that I would be deconstructing this. I really wanted to use this shirt. I love it. I love how much of the fur is sticking out along the edge. It's going to look like a Santa suit. Maybe I should have tucked a little bit more in there, you know? Okay. Okay. I can't even really tell if there's a second row in there. Look at that. Not bad, huh? Yeah, exactly, Shem. Good point. Okay, so this leaves my hem and the cuffs now. So let's get those out. Here they are. Let's do the collar first. I said my hem, but I meant the collar. And I'm gonna stitch these cuffs here just so that they're, the pins aren't poking me anymore. They kind of are poking me a little bit here and there. I'm working on. Oh, interesting, Terry. That's how I started a knitting group at the local library. And I remember the very first one, I was like, well, I don't know if anyone's going to show up. And I was just sitting there knitting, and someone did show up. And then I think just being there, you know, like people are like, oh, do you knit or crochet? Can anyone come? And, you know, and I'd be like, yeah, sure. And then, you know, it really did grow, and we outgrew the main library area, and they had to put us in this other room. I think that was their subtle way of saying you guys are too loud, even though we were just like quietly knitting. But you're right. Oof, I want cookies. I got a little miniature coconut cream pie last night. Like I got it at the store and I forgot about it. And I remembered last night I ate half of it. It was actually really good. A little frozen one. I still have half of that at home. Okay, so that's my, this is going to be awkward to do, but I'll be able to manage it somehow. It's going to be a little awkward, but sacrifices. What did Libby say? Right, Libby? I know, I was like, oof, good thing I have that lint roller. I'm like, oh, I think I'm just going to have to go to my happy place and ignore this, and then I'll go home and throw it in the dryer, you know? I think that's really the only solution at this point. See you, Anna. Have fun at dance class. I really wish there was a good fabric store in Sacramento. It's kind of shocking to me that there isn't. Oh, I ran out of bobbin. Ooh, please tell me I have another purple bobbin. I knew I should have been winding one. I knew it. I didn't think I'd use that much thread, to be honest. Yeah, I think that this is a lot of lint. This shearling though, it doesn't shed from the surface though, so. Come on, Alex, don't make us say it. It'd be such a funny, like, meme video if someone did, like, you know, like the, like West Side Story, but for sewists. Hey, Randa, thanks for becoming a member. Can you imagine, like, there's, like, a West Side Story for sewists, and you'd have, like, on one side the people who say shacket and panties. It would be like the throwdown, the sewing lingo throwdown, sloper versus block. Oh, I can see the camera vibrating. Oh yeah. What's touching the table? It's interesting. Oh, this is touching the table. Let's see if that helped. Or like, it could be like, you know, French seams versus English seams. I always have idea for like animated things, but I'm not an animator, you know. That's my idea for a musical. Maybe whoever the person is that did the little song, it costs that much because, what was it? Because it takes me lots of hours. Shaggy panties. Yeah, that's a visual image. Okay. I'm trying to think, like, if I signed up for a sewing class somewhere with someone I didn't know, a visiting person, what would it be? You know what would be good is efficiency. Like someone said, efficiency would be a good one, because I think that's how a lot of people originally started thinking about me when I started streaming, was that I did production techniques. I don't really, I mean, maybe I do, but I don't really think so. So that would be maybe a good place to start. Because it's some kind of different. Ooh, I just saw a glimpse. Look at that. Look at this collar. It has the curse of the interfacing. Son of a witch. That's annoying. It's not, but it was. I think it was. Gender neutral. Yeah, that's true, Heidi. From item to item. They could. All right, so I'm going to sew this collar on. Amongst the fluff. I'm sewing a collar onto a teddy bear, you know? Gosh, it's really hard to see, to be honest. Maybe I should, I was thinking maybe I should iron this edge open. Let's just do that really quick. He's not a knitter. He's like, I don't even know what that means. That is a long way to go though, Libby. The bind-offs that take multiple sessions are so aggravating because you're just so excited that you're done and you're binding off. Is that too dark? Oh yeah, that's kind of dark, huh? I'm waiting for that to warm up a little bit. Ooh, Terry, 300 seconds is up. Okay. This is the one I actually want to be ironing. Pretty sure. It would almost have behooved me to cut new collar and collar stand. I have the fabric, you know, like I could have. But we're just going to use the pieces we have because then I would feel weird about tossing this, you know, and then I would hold on to it thinking I could make something with it and yeah, you know, the whole thing. Okay. I keep thinking my cat's laying on the floor over here because a piece of that fleece is on the ground. It's kind of throwing me off a little bit. It was Haku's birthday yesterday. That's my big white kitty who lives under my bed, pretty much. He's like the troll that lives under the bridge. He even makes kind of troll noises. Oh, exactly, but it looks so good. It's motivating to keep going, huh? Yeah, maybe, Shem. You typed it in chat. There are little things I wish I knew. What is the correct stitch length, the seam allowance for top stitching? Oof, I don't know if I'd be the right person to tell you, Heidi. Like, I don't even know if I know. All right, Alex. Nice seeing you. Okay, so this is the inside collar. All right, I'm gonna do this from this side because I've already trimmed this, but it's gonna be kind of tricky because I can catch the other collar in there. Not ideal. Not ideal, but you know. All right, let's see if I can. If you need help sewing a collar or collar stand, I have a dedicated video, and that's a lot easier than this is going to look. And I do sew the collar to the inside of the garment first, always. All right, so where's my center? I can't tell what one was the center or which one was the shoulder. So let's hold it up. This neck's going to be a lot bigger now because it's all clipped. Boy, I need to squish it. I'm going to need to squish it. It's so relaxed, you know? That's true, Shem. I already have the material, you know. Those skill building sessions are like books. I don't really mean that as a compliment, but you know, they're packed, you know. That's true. It would also make the content better and better because I could learn from how people learn, you know. Oh, that's right. Yeah, Ray really wants Bishop Hill. We hear you, Ray. Denim skirt construction. Lots to learn. Waistband, fly zip, back slip, fuffle, seam top stitching. Less fitting issues. Yeah. That's good. That's actually a good one, Noemi. Okay. Getting to the front here. Oh, that's interesting, Shim. I do like the idea of it being like that kind of topic-based thing, like the pant closures, right? You keep waiting for someone else to find a spot. There are places to host things like that. I'm just not really, like the thing is, like, I'd be a really good event planner. I just don't want to do that, you know? Like, it's so much. That's what Ray's getting at, Libby. Not Shem. He's not in Iowa. Wait, you are in Iowa. No, you're in Illinois. Oh my God, now I'm getting confused. I'm getting really confused between Ray and Shem. All right, let's see how we did here. Look at that. Look how nice it, oh, you can't tell, it's too bright. Okay, now we're gonna sew this on the right side. But I'm gonna check this neck, make sure everything looks good, even though it's too bright to show you. Yeah, everything looks really good, actually. Okay, so now we're gonna sew this other side. You are in Iowa, yeah, okay. Yeah, he doesn't want it in Iowa. I mean, we could do it at Hearts, you know. Santa Cruz is not a shabby place to go. Just saying. Yeah. I always thought you had to be invited to do those things. Maybe not, though. It feels like you have to be invited. I'm going to pin a few of these here. this, since it's already been sewn, it's and ironed, even though I just ironed it flat, it still wants to go the other way, which is really nice. This is really easy. It's pre-sewn. Okay, so let's do a few more actually. Hey Rachel, how's it going? Absolutely. You're just missing me act like a total goofball sewing this whole thing today. I'm getting hungry. Yeah, exactly, Ray. I think you need to move near Rachel. Yeah, and Heidi was also talking about the City Sewing Center, Rachel. I'm just pinning my neck down. It feels a little narrower this time around. You kind of count Terry as East Coast. She's in Georgia. Yeah, I'll bet Missouri is very affordable. Oh, really, Rachel? That sounds pretty convenient. Okay. You're swaying me. It sounds like a very unintimidating place to go. How centrally located is this for like people to travel to? Oh, really, Danny? Cool. That sounds nice. You know, it's like when I see events being held at places like New York, just like, that just sounds like so, but more south, exactly. I just think of like Georgia wanting to, what would they rather identify? South or East Coast? But you know, like some of those events, I'm always like, dang, you know, like, first of all, it's hecka expensive to stay somewhere like that, right? And it's really intimidating to travel to, for me at least. Maybe not other people. All right, maybe I don't want to turn under that much. Okay, so I'm just gonna, I always start at the center back. I don't put my back stitches at the center front collar. I always say this, but don't do it. Tennessee is good, yeah, okay. Yeah, there's a lot going on in Tennessee in the craft sphere. That's what I was thinking, Terry. I was watching this really interesting linguistics video yesterday about American accents. It was so interesting. I didn't get to finish it though, but it was just so interesting on how they developed and why and how many we have. But we were comparing it to Great Britain, where there's just like a ton, and you know, like Great Britain like fits, you know, in a very small portion of the United States. So awesome eating spot sounds good. Right, Libby, exactly. I haven't, but I feel like someone has, Shem. I feel like I've heard someone say that. Unless it was you. It could have been you. Maybe it was Libby. Just trying to get, there's like one little thread left here from when I removed this. Don't tell me that's like not going to come out. Oh, maybe it won't. Okay. Get it. I get it now. It's like part of the flannel. All right. That sounds nice, Rachel. Ah, my needle fell off. Dang. That's not good. You know what I'm going to do? So look, see my threads are still attached. Oh, I wasn't paying attention. I was looking at chat. I'm going to pull this upper thread up here. All right. And then I'm not sure I can pull the lower thread though. Shoot. Oh, this fluff is getting everywhere. Dang. I'm just going to cut this. And I'm going to pull it to the back. Right now. You did her craftsy class? I'm gonna leave that tail. All right. Here I am doing the exact thing I really can't stand, and that is backstitching right here at my neckline. So I'm gonna leave a long tail. I'm not gonna backstitch. I'm actually gonna pull the thread just like I did, and then we'll secure it differently. But I just don't want to sew on these other threads. Boy. Okay. I don't know how I fell off. There we go. I actually really loved how this collar had come out the first time. So I was, you know, I hated to take it apart because it's never the same twice. You know what I mean? Terry. She's on it. Making you work today, Terry. All right, let's see here. I really want to cough. Oh, okay, Shem, that's cool. Pop this out. Keep it all on there. There we go. Exactly, Derry. I know. I have to say, I haven't had very many in my comments sections lately. I don't know why. Does she offer that class, Shem? Oh, my stitches are really close together right there. All right. Let's trim these threads here. And then where is that little shenanigan here? Here it is right here. Pull this to the inside, tie it off. And then I'll just take a needle and thread and then weave it into the garment, these tails. And then that way I don't have a back stitch showing on the right side, especially right there in a really high visible place like the collar stand. It was a little funky right there. Okay. Now we have the cuffs and we have the hem still. So let's put the cuffs back on. I'll probably sew I'm definitely going to sew the lining by hand, and I'll just do that off camera. I accidentally took apart this little end stitching here and I was like, wait a minute, that's not what I wanted to seam rib. I hate it when I do stuff like that. Let's see, which side was the loose side? Oh, that's interesting how I put this one on. That's not how I usually do it. Let's take it out, actually. I'll bet the other one's the correct way. Oh, okay. Some of those sites, man, they just do not tell you what you get. And I don't think they realize that they would sell so much more if they told you what you got. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, Libby. I'm just resewing the ends of my cuff here. Right sides together here. All right, and now this is the outer cuff, so we're going to sew the inner cuff to the garment here. Nice to not be sewing on the shearling right now. That's a relief. I think some of the most satisfying projects when I look back on the year are always these kinds of projects, because when you have to take it apart and put it back together again, there's just something about seeing that like transformation both ways in one garment that is a little bit more, it's more fulfilling, you know? Like because you kind of go like, oh, here we go, you know? Let's hope I can get this all back together again and it look okay. Then, and the other added satisfaction part is that you just turned something that wasn't useful to you into something useful. And that feels really good because now it's not just sitting there in a pile staring at you, giving you the stink eye, you know? Yeah, he's a good teacher. And now I can finally try his hemostat scissor technique because Aisha sent me a pair. All right, Heidi, see ya. Yep, see you tomorrow. Different project, same time, same place. You know a lot about jackets, huh, Libby? See, look, this is what I was talking about. Look, see? This is coming undone, this lining right here. I should have secured it. I just thought maybe I would be sewing this fast enough that I wouldn't have to. I'm telling you. It's not good. All right, I'm just stitching. I like to hold my cuff down here so then it doesn't get torqued. And then I'm going to start the sewing kind of where that underarm seam is, right there. And then we're going to go around. It's a lot easier this time around since it's already been sewn, right? Is this for your pea coat, Shem? You just looking, or are you just thinking in general? The Pea Coat Project. Shem started a group in the guild for everybody that wants to sew coats. Does my jacket count? I think I just fell off the cuff. I did fall off the cuff right there. God, it's so thick that my presser foot's being pushed off right there because of the seam of the quilting to the cuff. It's not bad, like it's not like the shearling, but there's like a little bit of a ridge there. So it's interesting because the shearling is like a fluffy bulk, whereas the quilting is more of, how would I phrase it? It's more of a, It's denser. That's what it is. It's denser. And so it's more boardy feeling when you get a few layers of it. Oh, I think no, we're not gonna stand for that. Oh man, sewing it over again is never the same, is it? Of course, this is a gown. Oh, cool. Oh, cool, Rachel. Are you doing a pattern? I like that little shirt you posted, the one that you're just like, well, maybe I do like this shirt. Everybody else seems to. I know exactly what you mean. That's how I felt about, like, the thing that pops into my head is when Heart sent that, they sent like it's like an drab olive green for one of the 100 Acts of Sewing garments. And I was like, oof, I don't know about this color. And everyone was like, wow, that color looks really good on you. And I was like, it does? You know? And it started making me like that color because I was like, well, gosh, I never even thought about it. I mean, I love green. I was definitely being swayed. Like, you could have told me something else and I would have believed you. That's what I want people to do with mustard, you know? Like, when I wear mustard, I want them to be like, oh, yeah, that looks good on you, so I can wear it. Lie to me. Yeah, you really are. That's great, though. I mean, that Pajama jacket's pretty cute. A shoat. Have you been waiting all stream for that, Nancy? A shoat. I like that. I mean, what about a drawing of a shoat on a stoat? All right. Get in there. I'm sorry I can't really show you very much, and I'm not being very instructive, but I don't think this is a really good example because sewing it again, like there's the one, on the one hand, it's easier to sew because it's been sewn before, you know. On the other hand, it's really hard to sew because it's been sewn before. All right. Ooh, sweet potatoes. Why do you want to cry? Are you just not feeling the energy? What about your new sewing buddy, Ray? Could you ask them nicely? The anti-ASMR. This is not sewn very good. I took this beautifully sewn button down and I just kind of downgraded it. Looks good on the inside. Pretty good, right? Not too bad, except for all the fuzz. And then here is that opening. I'm gonna hand sew. I didn't cut it all the way up because, you know, look at this though. This is where that quilting is. Oof. Look at it, it's coming undone right there. Yikes. I don't know what to do. Should have secured it. All right, where's my other cuff? Here it is. And here's my other one. I won't step on the pedal this time. When do you have to harvest sweet potatoes? Is it before a freeze? They can't like live underground? Or is it a wet thing? It's going to be too wet. I have to undo a little bit of the end here because this is already turned under. See that? Because what I do is I usually sew the cuff to the garment, then I sew the ends. It's okay if you sew the ends first, but don't turn under one edge. It really limits you. And this was sewn, these ends were sewn after I attached it. Oh, really? I did not know that, Ray. That's so interesting that it's a root vegetable, but it won't like being, they don't have a very thick skin though. When you, oh, Terry, you're fast. She's like waiting. You know, like I think about like my friend who always plants carrots. I think it's carrots and garlic on Halloween. And you know, that's going to be different in different regions. All right. Okay. Let's see if this one goes a little better. Oh, I keep doing that. All right. Let's get rid of some of these threads. I've been really enjoying this TV series called Mythic Quest. It's kind of cute. It's video game-ish. The characters are really good though. Oh. Well, I'm sorry, Ray. I hope you can get him in. Oh, your growing season long enough. Yeah, that's how the coast would be too on certain things. Yeah, I want to do it from this side like this. Okay. This feels so hard right now. This is why I don't sew the ends. It's easier to leave them open, you know? Yeah, right, Terry? I know, like a lot of people just harvest them as they eat them. They can get bitter though. I asked for these beds called birdies for my birthday, and I got a few, so I'm going to try and get those set up for next year. I don't really know why, because I'm not much of a vegetable gardener. I really like landscaping plants, but my husband does, and he'll take good care of it if I set it all up. If I plant it all, do all that, and set it up, he will maintain the heck out of it. He's really good. He likes the ritual. I got rid of so many threads when I was ripping all this apart last night, but you know, I left some because I just didn't want to spend my whole night straining my eyes. All right. Okay. I just did that wrong. You know what? When I first started sewing this, I was like, this is so hard. I should turn the sleeve inside out and do it. And then I was like, no, 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 no. I just had it incorrectly. This is how most people tell you how to sew a cuff. They tell you to do it right sides together, right? And now you'd have to do the inside. This is why I never do it this way, because this is hard. Like if I want to top stitch this down now, I got to hope it lands in the right place on the right side. And this is why I never tell you guys to do it this way. It's not even worth trying. I'm going to take it out because it just looks better if you can control what it's going to look like on the right side, you know? A veggie garden this year. What's that? You don't like the word veggies, but you bought something called veggie. They're moving in and out of the garage every day and have been. I don't really quite understand that. Yeah, taking it off. Making my point. I could hand sew it, but this flannel is really holding up to a lot of abuse. That's awesome, Shem. When I first started my channel, I got a lot of pushback over it. And I was like, whatever, don't do it then. It's fine, it's totally fine. Like, if you can do it the other way, man, my hat is off to you. Yeah, Kira, rip. There's just so much that's just, you know, we're told to do certain things certain ways, and it's like, there's no rules. It's because extroverts win. All us introverts out here are like, you know, you could try it this way. No, no, no. Okay. It takes me getting kind of like mad. Then I'm like, why? Then they're like, I don't know. I'm like, exactly. All right, this is what I wanted to do. I wanted to sew it like this. So I put the wrong side of the sleeve to the inside cuff, not the interfaced side, but the other side. This is what I meant to do. It's the best kept secret, yep. Yep, and I figured that one out myself. I'm sure I'm not the only one that did it, right? You know, so. Oh, it's a raised bed. Oh, okay. That's what my birdie is. My birdie actually looks like, it looks like a watering trough for animals. And I think the reason why you wouldn't do a watering trough for animals instead is because the birdie doesn't have a bottom. So there's soil right underneath, right? Which is great because then it can drain. You know, you don't have to drill holes into the like you would a trough. And it's really long lasting. You can also get them in colors, even though it looks like a trough. Mine's like a sage green, so it blends in with the garden. So. Oh yeah, like lasagna. Like a bird. B-I-R-D-I-E. I know you know what they are, Ray, because I think you and I have watched the same Australian guy and his gardening videos. That's where I learned about him. And you can change their shape and everything. Like mine's like a, right now I just set it up as like an oval, like the standard way. But you can get them in different depths as well. And my husband didn't know really what I wanted. I would have just gone for the cheapest one. But he said that there weren't very many, like there wasn't a lot of choices at the time. But he got me the one that is the deepest one. And what's great about that is it's ergonomic because it puts the bed up high, you know, so. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Aussies are really big into permaculture too, because that's where it was developed. I worked on a farm and we had a gardening crew. I just wasn't on the gardening crew, but I still you know, picked up a couple of things, but not much really. Yeah, that's cool, Nancy. I'm going to check that out. Yeah, this one I think too, just kind of, it's nothing like earth-shatteringly, you know, design-wise. It looks like a trough. It looks like the, you know, but it's just not silver. They have them in like black and stuff like that, which is kind of cool. I'm pinning this because I didn't pin down here like this one here. I can tell I didn't sew this cuff on perfectly straight from this one side to the other though. Yeah, look at that. I knew I didn't. Because look at this one's a little shyer. But not like the Hobbit kind of shyer. I haven't filled it yet, Ray, but my plan, I have a plan, is I'm going to put a bunch of soil I need to get rid of that's like kind of composted, but not much. I'm going to put that on the bottom. And then I'm going to put compost on the top. And then I'll probably put like a good topsoil on the very top. That's my plan. And I'm going to put them by kind of close to our bird feeders, mainly because that's really convenient to keep an eye on them and keep them watered, but not too close where the bird seed, you know, falls in and makes me grow things I don't want. I'm not trying to grow a garden for the birds, you know. I also have to make it deer proof, and that has like a way to put like sides up near there. That's really the part that's going to be the hardest. That's really why I haven't done it, because I need a deer fence. Oh yeah, it probably is. Maybe there's different brands of the same kind of style. I bet there is. Yeah, exactly. I mean, I would, except I think that would settle a little bit. Ooh, that stitch was way too close to the edge there. I keep meaning to take pictures, but I think the foxes, the young foxes, are playing with my mulch mats like big stuffed animals, because there's mulch mats on this one tree that they keep pulling apart. And they ripped one of them apart and they had a blast with it. And I had to pick up all the scraps and I brought them here. They're like all dirty. I'm just going to stuff them into a new one. And I had to move those mulch mats because they were having so much fun playing with them. And our trail cam isn't pointing at that area, but I'm going to ask if we can move it over there. You know, because they're like puppies. So they're like, ooh. What is this? This is fun, you know, it's like a stuffed animal. They've never had stuffed animals though. They're like into mulch mats. Oh yeah, Libby, those are cool. Can you really, Ray? I don't like spinach. Do they taste like spinach? I'm a kale girl, man. I love kale. All right, this looks okay. Whew. All right. All I have is my hem. And I want to make sure there's no pins in this. So I think I'm going to hem it, and then we're going to call. I could maybe put the snaps in. It's already 2:30. I'm hungry. All right. Let's see if we can hem this right over the edge. Oof, that's so bright. Sorry. Meow. This is the kind of jacket, like I made a dog bed using this stuff. Like I put just the top portion. I've used that, what's it called? The closet case floor poof. I've used variations on that for a few dog beds. And one of them, I put this stuff on the top and the dogs love it. When I put, like if I'm doing laundry and my the old plaid jacket that I'm replacing right now lands on the ground, Loki loves to, he digs a hole in it and then makes it into a little bed, you know? So this is kind of the same idea. He'll love this thing. oh shoot, there's a lot of threads in this. I didn't get them all. Boy, this is gonna be tedious. I got you, Shim. Just hold on. You can just avert your eyes. I'll let you know when to look and when I have the lint roller out. How's that? I have one standing by, but I don't want to like use it up before I'm done. One of my pet peeves of my old one was that the outer shrank more than the inner, and so the back schlumped over the hem. The inner back schlumped over the hem, and so it always kind of bugged me. Like this one's looking like it would do. But we cut it, right? We cut it. Oh, this has a wrinkle in it. That's why it's not looking like it will fit. Okay. And I always meant to take it apart and fix it, but I just, you know, I just didn't. I didn't want to be without it. I didn't want it to come up here and then like I forget it. So, Terry's like, I just want to chill. I know this comes as a shock. I'm sorry. Are you heading out, Ray? Fair enough. I'm almost done here. I can show you guys what I'm making tomorrow if you want. I never know how these streams will be received just because like sometimes the retrofitting streams, people are really into that. But they honestly feel the most selfish to me because it's something that I really want. If I'm doing that, I just really want that garment to finally get sorted, you know? I'm gonna smooth out this inner pocket here. So it makes it a little unrelatable, and I understand that. I get it. This week's all about Minerva.com for me, though, because they've been really kind and not badgering me about not posting my projects with their fabric. So I'm like, I finished this amazing one, but it's just not really done. Now it will be, but now I can't find the fabric on their website, so my bad. And then the other one is using their new exclusive line of fabrics that they designed. Ooh, wait, I thought I got all these threads. I looked just now. If I see one here, I want to get rid of it before I sew it in there. There we go. There's my awl. My awl to the rescue. Phew. Okay, Shem, you can look. I'm going to use the lint roller now. Oh, really? That's interesting. I guess I could see that. All right. Okay, let's brighten it up a little. Ooh, look how cozy it looks. What's that? Oh, those are those threads I need to weave in. Okay, let's shake it first. my gosh, I'm so happy. Let me move. I can't see the screen. Yeah, look at how cozy it is. Here's my pockets. Inside chest pocket. I feel like the hem's gonna sag out, but maybe it's just because I'm used to the old one doing that. Ooh, I'm so excited. Okay. It's like rolling in molasses. Okay. Oops, sorry, it's really bright. I know. We're gonna lint roll. Lint roll. My cold wet. This is as cold as it gets, Shem. This is it. I just made myself a pea coat. But it's more like, you know, sweet peas, not pea soup, where I live. Yeah, this stuff is so cozy. I'll put a link in the description of the video to this stuff that I used. I'm not an affiliate or anything. Not for fabric.com. They asked me to sign up for one, but I just don't really care about the whole affiliate thing. And then you can find it, get the same stuff. All right. I think the only other place I found something similar that I wanted to try was Discovery Fabrics. But at the time, and this may have changed, they were only looking for 1 yard minimums, and I was only looking for it for those slippers I made my niece and nephew. And I really didn't want to buy a whole yard. It was going to be like a $75 order because it's in another country for the slippers that I needed a quarter yard for. So I didn't get to try it, but that's actually a fabric company I'd really love to order from sometime because their outdoor fabrics look pretty, like a really good array of different, a variety, you know. Oh, I can't wait till it gets cold. I have to admit, I do get sweaty in the other one, Shem. Even in the winter. I just love that if I accidentally go to the store in this, I'm proudly wearing this, you know? Whereas the other one, sometimes Michael would go, "Did you realize you walked out of the house wearing that?" Like, he doesn't care, but he knows that I probably wouldn't normally, so. Yeah, I mean, this Ray, this has definitely some, like, quirks about it, you know, because I had to tear it apart and do it again. But I feel like I salvaged it, you know? This thing cannot touch the floor in here now. Good thing I didn't vacuum my office yet. Yeah, all right. This stuff's embedded in here. Sorry, it's bright. Huh? Okay. Cool. Triumph. All right, so I just need to hand sew this, and I'm going to put some snaps on. And I just bought some new spring snaps, or like replacement snaps from Waywax, so try those out. I don't think I have enough of the others, so it definitely looks pretty cozy. I forgot to put the label back in. It's okay. This is a cute one from the advent calendar from Kylie and the Machine last year. Are any of you getting the advent calendar from Kylie and the Machine? I didn't get one yet, but I was thinking about asking for it for Christmas again. Hey, Amy, how's it going? Does that look better, Shem? It was really bad. It's still kind of little bits and pieces here, but yeah, not bad. The pockets look pretty good. Look at that. So can you see that? There's my welt pocket. And look, we put a little fleece just on the backhand to make it really cozy. You just got mine opened all the days. Yes, I love that you did that. That's what I did, but I did it because it was the day I opened it. I added a flap to this pocket today. I think the depth of my pockets are okay. They're not great. They could be a little deeper, you know? If you're interested in doing something like this and you don't want to do like these welt pockets, check out the post on Helen's Closet today. I saw she sewed one and she did really nice big patch pockets. They look a lot like, if you've taken my pocket skill building session, they look like that one patch pocket that was shaped like this. It had like a little hook at the top. It was perfect. So you needed a label. I love that. I would do the same thing. They're like, countdown to any event. I'm like, how about we count down to today? Yeah, you know Libby would too. All right, well, thanks for palling along with me on this one today, you guys. I am thrilled that I can finally wear this. Oh, here's some threads that I immortalized from when I took it out. Took it apart. So, yeah. We know each other well enough now. It's a pretty big, the pork chop pocket. Yes, that is a pork chop pocket. It's funny, I thought you were making a quip because that's what I call my daughter, pork chop. So here's the before. My before jacket that I live in. Like if you took a picture of me at home all the time, that's what I would be in every picture. Now it's going to be this. Oh, and this fits better. Oh, I'm so excited. Something that I wear a lot, you know. So that's what Helen calls it. Oh, that's really funny. Pork chop pocket. I love that. All right, well here, let me show you, can I, no, not that, I don't want that, I want, sorry, this, can I change this? I can. To this. So this is what I'm making tomorrow. Can you see that? So I'm drafting the shirt on the left there. I'll be drafting that, and then I'm going to be sewing the cutting and sewing the shorts like I did in my video recently. Thanks, Stephanie. Thanks for saying so. So tomorrow I'm going to be drafting the shirt and then cutting out the shirt and cutting out the shorts. I have some binding for the binding machine again, that attachment. And if you've ever seen the Garnet Hill catalog, they have a pair of pajamas, like the top looks like this a little bit. And but it's for knit. And so this is a rayon that I'm going to be using. So that's my plan. If I have enough, I'll do pants too, because I might have enough, but I don't know. So I might do, it's that, remember that pocket, Libby? I have it right here. I'll show you. I know what he's talking about. I included it in the SBS, this pocket here. I call it a large patch hand pocket, large hand patch pocket. And so this, you can actually include this in a waist seam or make it taller, and you can make it into belt loops like on the Blanca flight suit. Yeah, so. All right, so that's my plan for the rest of the week. Thanks, Kara. Yeah. Yeah, that fabric's great. I love that Kaufman flannel. It's good. I bought 3 more for holiday gifts this year. So, all right, yeah, that's it. Today's Wednesday. I gotta go. I have a Zoom soon, and I gotta eat. So I'm gonna see you guys soon. I think I have a Zoom today. Today's Wednesday, right? Yeah. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.